Hi art friends, it's Mrs. Linder from Keller Harville Elementary. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to learn a little bit about some op artists and then create our own op art. I want to introduce you to an artist named Victor Vasarely. He is known as the father of the op art movement. It's short for optical art, which is art that plays tricks on our eyes. So you can see in these artworks that they use lines and shapes and a lot of contrast like black and white or different bright and dark colors together to create these tricks. This artist is named Bridget Riley. She's known as the mother of the op art movement. She first exhibited her black and white abstract paintings in the 1960s, and people were amazed at how they seemed to move. Today we're going to be making our own op art. We're going to use our hands and lines to create artwork that looks like it's coming off the page. All right guys, well, let's get started. The first thing we need to do is gather our supplies. We're going to need a piece of paper, and it might be a good idea to make sure that you have something underneath to protect your tabletop. So we will be using markers or Sharpie later. You need a pencil and you need a ruler or a straight edge of some kind. I have markers here to use later when we start adding color. If you have crayons or colored pencils, any of those are going to work fine. The first thing you're going to do is put down the hand that you do not write with on your paper. And with your pencil, you're going to slowly trace your hand. Make sure your fingers are not too close together so that you can get the pencil in between. So now you can see the outline of my hand on my paper. So now we're going to take our ruler or straight edge, move this up here, and we're going to line it up at the bottom of our paper. We're going to draw some lines across, some straight lines. But when I get to where my hand is, I'm going to stop drawing my straight line and jump over and continue my straight line on the other side. So you see I have a straight line over here, a straight line over here, and nothing where my hand is. I'm going to line it up on the next one, just stacking it on top of the line I already did. Same thing, line, skip, line. Line it up on the next one, line, skip, line. Now you can see I have my paper full of lines around my hand and there's nothing in between. So what we're going to do now is connect these lines. I'm going to start at the bottom where my wrist is, or my arm is, and I'm going to connect this line to this line by making it curved. So I'm going to go here and curve it up and back down. Same thing here. Curve the line. Now you can see when I get to the fingers, I have to kind of imagine where the line would go, because it would have gone right through here, but I'm just going to imagine and kind of create those curved lines. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now that we have our pencil lines all done with our straight lines and our curved lines, we're going to take a Sharpie and go over these straight and curved lines, but we're not going to go over the lines we did to go around our hand. I'm going to show you what I mean. It's really important that you make sure you have something like maybe an extra piece of paper to put underneath to make sure that your marker doesn't bleed through. So I'm going to start right here. Trace this line all the way to the edge. Now that our black lines are in, we're going to add some color. You can add color however you want. If you want to just do a couple of colors, that's fine. I'm going to do rainbow order. So I'm going to start with red, and I'm going to follow along my black lines with my red marker, just going along the top of my black lines. And I'm using the side of my marker so that I get a thicker line as I go. Well, here's the finished product. I hope you guys had fun creating your Op Art hands today. You can see that our hands look three-dimensional, like they're coming off a page. It gives them a sense of form, one of our elements of art. Thanks so much for creating with me today. I look forward to seeing you next time.